Welcome to another episode of the 3 Minute Motion Podcast with I Stack Patty Sports. I'm your host, Adam Ortiz, and we are happy to be here on this lovely Christmas week, our week 16. We are all live in our homes because one of us is sick, not me, and the holidays as well. So we are all live in our chairs on video and on the podcast. So I say let's just get at it. Fellas, how are we doing so far this week?
All right. Not too bad. We're almost there. It doesn't even feel like Christmas time to me. It's like this 3 months out, like the holidays and stuff. It just flew right by. I
It
saw it
feels like
was.
Christmas to me.
It says it's the 22nd. It doesn't feel like it's the 22nd for me. I don't know.
Doing well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I'm
See, we're
talking too
gonna
much.
be fighting and we're gonna be tripping over each other. The lag.
Our first fucking Zoom pod. So it's a learning curve. They'll understand. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. We'll make it work.
Were you done, Nick? I wasn't trying to cut you off, bro.
Oh no, I'm good. That's all I was saying is it just doesn't feel like it for me.
Well, I'm doing all right. Ready for Christmas.
Everybody shopping all done?
Oh yeah, been done.
Got it.
I think I have to get like one thing. I do. I have to pick it up tomorrow before I go golfing.
I got stocking stuffer stuff, just a little bit of this and that. Pretty much it.
Okay.
Candy and sunflower seeds, basically.
Boom.
Yeah, I'm just getting over sick, so that's why we only have a one. At least we're going out with a bang for Christmas. We'll have a video, we'll have a pod, so just getting over being sick. So, but hey, we got family coming over this weekend, and I got a prime rib roast from the butcher. So 12.5 pounds of prime rib.
There you
go. Yeah, it's going to be so fucking good. I can't wait.
Good.
It was more money than I expected. I saw the picture that they posted because we're like, oh, we'll do a prime rib roast. She's like, yeah, that sounds amazing. She loves prime rib. Butcher, I go there, and he's like, Livermore Butcher Shop. Right? Yeah, Livermore Butcher Shop.
It's the Livermore Butcher Shop. Is it right next to the Livermore Barber Shop?
It literally is. So they actually have the two locations in Livermore Barber Shop. It's actually right in between both of them.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I went to the butcher. And I was like, "Do you have any more prime ribs?" Right? And I'm staring at him, and he's like, "Oh, it's all pre-order." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, that was like my whole game plan." So the guy's like, "Oh, you know what? I think I have some more in the back." So he goes, checks. He does. Tell him how many people I'm feeding. Fucking brings it up. Motherfucking thing's $300.
Makes sense.
$300 fucking dollars, man. I'm like, but I'm all in now, right? There ain't no going back. So I'm like, all right, whatever.
I was trying to calculate what you were gonna say because it's like $25 a pound usually. Almost.
I think it was 22 a pound. Yeah, it was 22 a pound. And in our group chat with my family, I'm like, so, does anybody kind of want to like kick me over like $20 or something? Crickets.
It would help.
Yeah. Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Rue said something smart ass, and that was about it. I'm like, fuck, man. Well, whatever. It's fucking my idea. So I guess I just bite the bullet.
You better cook the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, but man, it's some shit. But so what we're gonna do with this episode, though, for everybody, we're actually gonna we usually do some like news and notes and our top 5 and all that. But we're just gonna do like some stuff around the league, cut the top 5. And then get into a couple of things, like I said, and then we'll get into our preview of week 16, and then also our stardom situm. We're gonna do it. We usually do it by each position, but this week we're just gonna do two guys start, 2 guys sit, and any position doesn't matter. So change it up a little bit. The episode's probably gonna be a little shorter, but we gotta provide the content. So this is what we got. So this is what you get. And if you don't like it, then that's what I feel about it. Yeah. Suck our bowels. I'm just going to start out with, I want to start with this one, the Ronnie Hillman death, which was kind of rocked the NFL world today. Only 31 years old, dies of cancer. I believe it was liver, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, was it? I think it was liver. But yeah, man, just way too young. Super Bowl winner on the Broncos. Yeah, that one just came out of nowhere.
Just sad. Super young man.
rare form of kidney cancer called
Was it kidney?
Remo. Yeah,
Yeah.
some weird name, but RMC basically. So
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy when you see guys that age, like 31, and we're like 34, 35, and you see them dying of cancer, and you're like, oh fuck, man. Start thinking about that stuff.
No, it hit me hard when I saw that one today. Just because, like, when you watch guys like that too, like, because look, he was still young. Like, obviously, there's still guys that are older than that playing in the NFL. But when he's like 31, like younger than I am, and you start thinking like how quick it can just fucking take you, man. So just enjoy, just even like right now being the holidays, just enjoy the time you have with your family, man, because you just never fucking know. And these things remind you of that. And sometimes we still take life for granted. So, it's definitely things
Yeah,
we
life
gotta
is
think
precious,
about.
man.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, so RIP Hillman, sad news today. But next thing I want to get into is Pro Bowlers. So you guys had, what was it, 6?
6.
Should have been 7.
Should have
been
had
7?
yeah.
CMC should have been over Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Yeah. I saw a couple arguments of why he didn't, which kind of made sense, but I get it. I understand. He is one of the top backs in the league, and he should be in there.
Miles Sanders isn't even a top 12 back in my
What,
opinion.
in your opinion, why do you think they left him out?
Don't know.
Maybe we already had so many. They're like, all right, well, they already have 6. I got
Didn't
Pollard.
Philly get like 8 or some shit?
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're the top team in the league. That's how they look
I
at
know,
it.
but the Niners are right there, top 3 teams.
But
So.
isn't it voted on, and then they pick out of like the top people that were voted on?
I don't think so. I thought it was. I don't know if it's mixed, but
It's votes and then
yeah, it's voted on by the fans. So there you go.
and players, fans and players.
Yeah, I think they were looking. Someone put up like all of his stats where he ranks like top 10 against all running backs, and they said that he was sitting more on the higher side, and that was like their only argument. But I agree. I agree with you. He should be in, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here.
I hear it.
He is number 1 all-purpose yards, and he's at 11 touchdowns. Like, I don't understand how you. Yeah. We're gonna.
Yeah. But yeah, it was.
CMC has a bigger impact on the games. Miles Sanders is never the guy for Philly. You know what I mean? Even his big games, it's like.
No, he's super inconsistent.
Right.
So.
But I mean, good for him.
Yeah, no, can't knock it.
Yeah.
Can't knock him, but yeah, like you said, man, it's like kind of weird that you would leave CMC out of fucking Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
I look at it. It's like how many at least like 3 times this year. Miles Sanders for me on my fantasy lineup. It's got like 1 or 2 points. Can't say the same thing for CMC because he always does something. He's always producing, and he makes a bigger. He just makes it. He's a bigger role in our offense, like the way we use him all over the place. Yeah, Miles Sanders, they can live without him. We can't right now. It's been proven. 7-game winning streak. We can't live without CMC. Especially with Debo going right now.
Definitely not with what you said. Yeah, especially with Debo out. And that's definitely one you can't lose.
Yeah.
Or Purdy. That's probably the other one too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Raiders, I think it was Jacobs, Adams, and Max, right?
Yeah.
Obviously all 3 totally
the 3 guys that we always talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, besides that, like I was trying to think of anybody else, but like, I mean, I guess you can kind of make an argument if anybody would be like Colton Miller, but that would be a stretch. Only other one that would be there maybe is Waller if he was healthy, but besides that,
maybe Carlson. This is consistent kicker.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could say that, but come on now.
I think they got that one right with the Raiders.
We ain't trying to go back to those days when Jano was our only fucking Pro Bowler.
Jano, and who was the other one? Leckler.
Yeah, it was our 2 exactly. When you're 2 special teams or you're all fucking Pro Bowlers every year, it's like, man. All right, well, I'm gonna actually work that into our next one, a non-Pro Bowler, and probably one of the biggest busts. But I was hearing this today that people are starting to compare Zach Wilson to Jamarcus Russell as one of the biggest busts already. Do you guys think that's justified?
Yeah, totally. I've never been a fan of Zach Wilson, so yeah.
He said his upside too with like his running like ability to like scramble and run. I haven't even seen that, so it's like you're not even using one of like the key things that people are looking at nowadays for like guys like him. He doesn't even have that like ability. It's a mess with him, in my opinion.
Complete miss. Yeah, I'm there with you. I think they just
Their stats are very similar. Very similar too. If you look up like their first, I don't know how many starts, it was like 14 maybe. Like their stats are very similar. It's crazy. But like I think it's a little too early for that. But it's definitely on pace. Let's just say that.
He was never that dude in college, even in my opinion. He had one great year, and it was because of the COVID year. So he was facing bums his final season in college. So that just elevated him. And then, of course, the pro day, like everyone fell in love with him. Like, he can't quarterback, so good luck.
Did he just forget how to throw a ball? Like, how does that even work?
No, he can throw a ball. He just can't read a defense. He can't.
Yeah.
But even some of the throws are like they look like they're ducked sometimes.
The Garrett Wilson bomb earlier.
Yeah, that one.
Saw that one. If he led him to the sideline, Garrett Wilson beat his guy, but it was thrown behind, so the defender had enough time to come and get a PBU.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I said, I think it's a little too early, but I can see how the comparisons are starting to come out. Big rumor I saw today actually is like weird. Like two major outlets. Obviously, like half the time during the week I work from home, so I get to watch like a lot of the shit throughout the day. But on two major outlets, some of the top people are starting to talk about, and it's getting some traction, Brady to the Raiders in the offseason.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I don't like it. Listen, I'm gonna just say this right now. I understand it, McDaniels connection and everything, the Patriots connection that they have there. Regardless of that, I don't want any part of it. I've seen enough from Brady. He's still the greatest of all time, in my opinion, but I just don't want it.
I don't even think it's a good fit. Like, yeah, of course, there's that connection with McDaniels, but if McDaniels is trying to, build his own culture and his own organization up, don't go back to Brady. Like the dude has maybe another season. Get your own guy in there, and build.
We don't. Yeah. Okay. Say like whatever we do with Carr, happens, whatever it is, however which way, and Brady comes in. Say we draft a guy, and it's kind of like, all right, we have Brady to maybe do a little 1 year, maybe 2, to get the other guy ready. Then it's like, if that's your plan, then okay. But if you do that, if you get Brady, dump Carr, get Brady, you have to draft somebody.
Yeah, I'd say
you know what I mean.
Thing.
You have to trade up and get somebody worth it. You can't fucking draft somebody in the 4th round, 3rd round. No, you better trade your ass up and get one of the top guys if you're going to do that. That's the only way I'll get behind it. Only way.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing too. Is like you go into next year and say Brady, like this year, you're like, okay, maybe it's the team around him, the way everything's going. That's why they're playing so poorly, and him on top of that. What if he comes in next year and you start seeing the same shit you're seeing in Tampa Bay with him right now, same frustrations and stuff? Then you just wasted another year.
And you don't have that connection that him and Carr have, to where like, yeah, the shit may go wrong, but they're boys and they know each other, so it's a little different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's different when you play with your boys and there's those bad plays and disconnect where you can work through it.
Yeah.
But, I just thought that was interesting, like that those are starting to surface now that we're kind of getting more towards the end of the season. I'm just kind of scared of it. I just don't like it.
I thought they were going to do the same thing too with the Niners. I was like, they're going to keep Purdy, they're going to keep Lance, and they're going to bring Brady in, let them sit behind him for like a year or two, and then maybe then they'll both be, one of them will be ready to go. But I'm like, same thing. It's the same like issue. It's just falling out in the background. Don't like that. I was like, oh, what was that? But yeah, I don't like it either. I'd rather just see what you got with the guys you have. And like for you guys, definitely, I like that option though. If he does come in and he still plays at a good level, and you have like a brand new, maybe not CJ Stroud, but one of those top guys, I could see that being a possibility.
Yep. I mean, there's it's so deep at quarterback. We talk about it all the time. It's like, I feel like it's the Raiders' time now. Look, even if we stick with Carr, honestly, I think we gotta draft somebody.
It's just I think would be a perfect fit for the Raiders. Will Levis.
Yeah.
I like Levis. I do. Yeah.
I just
I-
don't think you guys are going to have a shot for Stroud or Bryce Young because those are top 3 picks in my opinion.
Yeah, Williams
You
would
trade up. You could always trade up, but those guys are going to be gone.
Williams. I mean, I would take Williams too. You know, he's a good quarterback. I mean, obviously, we don't know how these guys are going to translate into a pro level, but
Is
I would
Caleb
take
Williams committed to the draft? Is he coming out this season?
I don't know if he's declared yet.
No, I don't.
Wait, I thought
think.
he did, didn't he?
Check that real quick. I think he's staying in school. I could be wrong though.
As of 2 days ago, it doesn't say he's leaving yet.
Yeah, Caleb Williams, he's staying put. I'm pretty sure.
I
Yeah.
fucking hope not.
He probably is though.
You think so?
Yeah, they got a good
I mean,
team.
coming off a Heisman, you think it'd be his time?
No, it's the last thing anybody said about him was saying he's going to wait until next year's class.
Yeah, because I don't think he could get in front of Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, and maybe he wants to be the guy.
But he is eligible, right? Isn't he a junior?
Yeah, he's eligible, but
okay.
if he does come out next season, he'll probably be the top quarterback.
That's such a big risk, though.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if he doesn't change his mind.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Look, I'm all for guys staying in college, but for him, it feels like you're coming off a good year. You just won the Heisman. Like, why go back and risk injury?
Because it was his only good year.
Yeah, well, might be the only. What if they just, hey, that division's getting tougher. Fucking Deion's making moves, man.
Yeah, Colorado, baby, let's ride.
Look, I don't think they're going to be as good as people think right off the jump. They could be, but I don't think so. I think it might take a year or two, but I mean, they're coming because that guy's going to recruit like a motherfucker.
You see his number 1 recruit, Travis Hunter, entered the transfer portal. He's
I saw that.
Follow Deion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's even got was it like the top? Was it the receiver, right? That was committed to Georgia.
Yeah, what's his name?
I can't remember. I didn't write any of that down. This is we didn't plan for that. Yeah, he was committed to Georgia, I want to say, and he like ripped him. He was like a 4-star, I want to say. Adams or I'm not even trying to guess. Probably way off. It's probably like Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson.
A fucking actor, Craig Robinson. That's it. He went back to college and now he's a wide receiver committed to Georgia. Yeah. All right. Do I have anything else?
I got one thing. Did you see Did you see the rumor of DeAndre Hopkins possibly being shipped to Cleveland to reunite with Deshaun Watson?
Really?
I think that actually might have some traction, especially with.
No, I think that's a great. I think they should ship him. I really think they do.
Because Marquise Brown proved that he could be Kyler Murray's number 1 target. We saw that in the beginning of the year, so it kind of makes sense for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals really need him. Look, anybody can use a guy like Hopkins. That's not what I mean, but like based off to where the franchise is, and are they going to keep their coach? And you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's
a lot of questions. You might as well get some assets. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just spending money. Exactly. You can get some assets, maybe start like a slight rebuild under Kyler. Yeah, that sounds like the way to go if I were them. But it's not always how it works. So
yeah.
Anything else?
Nothing that I.
No? That'd be an awesome deal for them. You paid pennies for DeAndre and then flip him for a bunch of picks. So be a good move for them.
I know that's the sad thing is like they didn't even have to like give up a lot.
So they traded like a 5th or a 4th for him.
Yeah, it was something big.
Despicable.
Yeah, Texans got
maybe just do a swap with Amari Cooper and a draft pick.
Like Amari Cooper and like a 5 or something. 6.
Amari's still young.
I don't see Cooper and him like working like that. You know what I mean? That's 2 1s. Let's be honest. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That'd be a dangerous combination. Chubb, Hunt, and Njoku and DeAndre. Be a rough year next year.
Cooper, you never know. But if they did keep Cooper, yeah, that'd be That'd be
They'd have
nice.
to
Even,
figure it
even
out.
without, is Peoples Jones still? He's gonna be there, right?
Yeah, he's on his rookie deal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I feel like he's been around for a while.
I'm pretty sure it's his third year.
Oh, is it okay? Yeah. All right. That makes sense. That sounds about right. Um. All right. Well, let's move on then. One thing I want to get into before we start our preview is I want to talk about the Raider game. Obviously, we couldn't talk about it. This is our first go around for the week. So the Las Vegas Raiders, they defeated my wife's Patriots. Let me just say that 30-24 in a wild fashion that I myself have never seen before. Just based off like the way that game was going, and then the flip, and then fucking that strike in the end zone, which was it a touchdown? Was it not a touchdown? And then the fucking walk off by Chandler Jones of all people, just to rip those hearts out.
That was like some high school freshman football finish.
Right.
I
Yeah.
never.
It's like, what are we doing here? They're playing like they were losing the game. It's tied. What's happening?
I love Myers. He's like, well, I saw Mac open back there, and it's like, well, that's the last person I want to throw it
That
to.
guy,
I don't think
right?
it's his fault. I think it's Ramondre's fault because he shouldn't with that lateral. When you're in the heat of the moment like that, he probably wasn't thinking. You know what I mean? Like the guy just lateraled to him, so it was probably just like an athletic reaction. You know what I mean?
I do
Hot
agree.
potato.
Go ahead.
I was saying hot potato. You
Seriously.
notice when he breaks through, it looks like he starts fumbling the ball around, and I think he freaked out and he started fumbling, and he just went, "Oh, here you go, hot potato to you." Myers got the ball and was like, now what do I do? Oh, throw it, boom, and it just everything kept going.
I do believe Ramondre should not have lateraled, but Jacoby Myers, even though you got the ball thrown at you, you can't do that. You can't make the play that he did. You're lateraling it back 20 yards to your fucking quarterback who isn't even athletic.
To the quarterback.
Yeah.
All right, hey, if that was like Lamar Jackson or Justin Fields, send it.
Right.
Mac Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that would make sense. And it might be almost anybody else.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Mine is Brady.
I was about to say, or Rodgers.
Yeah.
Fuck, even Rodgers might somehow figure it out.
Right.
I trust Rodgers over Brady when it comes to the legs.
Yeah, same.
Rodgers just throws a bomb into the end zone and gets a touchdown. Everyone's like, "That's not legal." They're like, "No, it's good with us. Go for it."
Hey, if you fucking bet on the Raiders, that was a fucking because they covered because of that. So if you bet on that -2.5, you fucking that was because it did not look good. And I mean, just that play too before that drive though by the Raiders and Derek Carr. I mean, he had an iffy game. It was 50-50, but that last drive, and then that that Cole touchdown. Yeah, I mean, if you have to do that to set that last play up. So, kudos to Carr on that drive. And then Waller too on that drive had a big catch down the middle. So, good to have him back. Obviously that touchdown and then that catch and, just adds that little bit of, spark to the team offense. So
sometimes I think it's better to be lucky than good. And I think that was the case for that game.
For sure. Oh, everything had to come into play. So, yeah,
Sorry,
I'm not going to
Cassie.
get into like crazy stat lines for this game or anything because it's kind of, already been passed a little bit. So I just wanted to bring that up though because my wife was fucking pissed. She didn't even talk to me. It felt like for like fucking 2 hours after the game.
Her reaction was priceless.
Well, she just had gotten done talking shit to all of us after they took the lead too. So that was
the game. It felt like it was over. So I mean, I probably would have did the same thing.
Yeah, no one saw that coming.
Don't celebrate too early.
Everybody's like jumping and fucking yelling at the TV, and you're just imagine just being that one person that's just like,
yeah, we've been there.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, she was pissed. She still doesn't. She still hasn't talked about it yet.
That's awesome.
It's funny too. That drive, the Ramondre, all those yards he got, they should have took a knee, but all those yards he got was the reason you lost to Fern. Because
it was that on top of multiple things. I had for my offensive players 5 lost fumbles, 2 interceptions, and I sat my defensive lineman that I had been playing all season long. He got 19 points, and the guy I put in got 0.
It was Chris Jones. Oh no, it wasn't Jones,
It
right?
was Chris
it?
Jones.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Chris Jones. Yeah, I know. Well, yes, if he doesn't hit that run at the end, yes, you probably do win. But all those other factors are definitely in
right.
play.
I was
I
close
just-
to just lose.
Yeah. I'm just
I'm
saying that one.
surprised there was like no chain. I saw it and I was like, fuck, just change something.
Yeah, one
Fucking-
tackle. One tackle. Change
Right?
it to a
Just give me something. Fucking take away like a, I don't know. Yeah, tackle, a fucking half sack, or I don't know.
Since we're talking about it, so who's left in our dynasty league? It's Steve, you, Fern, and who's the fourth?
I think
Great
it's
Gonzalez.
Greg Gonzalez, yeah. So I'm playing Steve, and I had a little Kungo today, which I think he got me like 14, which I'll take.
That's it?
Yeah, he had. I know, but I thought he should have more because he had like that forced fumble. He had a bunch of tackles.
Two forced fumbles and
Nope.
2 pass deflections.
I wonder if it's different now. Last time I checked it, they only had like, I think it was 13 now I think about it.
We'll go back and check. I was just looking at the
17.
box score.
17?
Yeah,
Nice.
17.
Yeah, and then he had Zonovan Knight. I think he only had like 2 points or 3 points.
2.3.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take that all day.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's a
That's a
That's a
good
win.
start, fellas. That's a good start.
I had to start Zonovan Knight. I chose to start Zonovan Knight in a different league because Kenneth Walker and this new back injury that has him not practicing this week kind of scared me off. So got 2 points from Zonovan Knight. Feels great.
I don't even want to think about fantasy really all that much, dude. I got fucking I knew it was gonna happen. Jalen Hurts, man.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
him in my 2 money leagues, and he's hurt this week. I'm
I
like,
was no, that was a big one, man. That especially right before the playoffs for fantasy, that was a big one. That's gonna honestly that will end somebody's chances to win the fucking championship.
I have Dak as my backup. It just sucks because the Eagles this week.
Somebody
it's like,
in this world will get fucked by that injury. Somebody.
I got Jalen Hurts too. I'm gonna start Danny Dimes this week, and I think I'm gonna start Jared Goff next week if I advance.
Jalen Hurts 2 compared to Jalen Hurts 1.
What do you mean? I have Jalen Hurts as well, asshole.
I have Jalen Hurts part 2.
yeah.
I hate you.
So I do that shit all the time to Cassie, and she wants to beat my face in. So
Yeah, I believe it.
yeah. So so the Raiders won, and I'm actually just gonna say this before we jump into the Thursday night football game, because the Jets lost, right, which I believe helps the Raiders' chances of getting into the playoffs. I think they're both at 7-8. The Raiders beat the Steelers 7-8. I'm just saying, it's just one step that we needed. So that's all I'm saying. Not saying it's going to happen, but it had to happen for it to happen. So
It had to happen for it to happen.
You Raider fans, hold on to that thread.
just saying.
You saying there's a chance?
I'm just saying there's a chance.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to. Let's
Not
see.
saying we didn't do any damage, but at least we can say we got in 2 years in a row. I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
The way you guys in the season, man, I don't know.
Better than what I've said before. That's for sure.
Yeah, if you guys win this week,
I told you this was going to happen, dude. I fucking told you. I told you they were going to do this. It was like, oh, I was all in. I was all in on this fucking suck for the quarterback. And then no, true Raider fashion. Let's just give you that little bit. And then they're just going to fucking rip it out.
Yeah, if the Patriots lose, and I think that's it. Patriots lose and the Titans lose, then you guys would all be 7-8 if you guys win.
Yeah, because there's only one wild card spot remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, if we lose this game, obviously it's over. So yeah, it has to start there, and then obviously the last two after that are the Niners and Chiefs. So it's like we ain't winning both those games. I'm sorry. I mean, look, there obviously it can happen, blah blah blah, but it ain't fucking happening. So, but let's be real here. We'll be lucky to get one. Okay, so
yeah, I was gonna say you might get one.
Yeah, might get one, but
Okay, Steelers this week. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's gettable too. I like that matchup.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
That one's not like the end of the world.
I think the Raiders should win that.
They should. Well, should is the key word there.
Should.
We've said that a lot this year. So, right. All right. So now, if I can, I did it where I was trying to move my mouse to move my laptop. I was like, why isn't this working?
Help.
Help.
Help. Help. Help. All right, I got it.
Ugh.
All right. So yeah, let's get into the Jacksonville Jaguar. They were on the road against the Steel Birds. And they took them down 19-3 in a weird like weather game in New York. That was in New Jersey. Well, New Jersey, I guess technically, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rain game.
Yeah.
On a
But
wind.
it was like, yeah, because I was like, why isn't it snowing? Like it looked like it should have snowed, and then it was just all rain.
Hella windy too.
Yeah, windy. So yeah, some interesting weather there in New Jersey, and then just I don't know, it's just a weird game. Zach Wilson, let's just call it what it is. The he's just fucking trash, and it just ruins everything about like wanting to watch and that's sad to say, wanting to watch Jets football. So,
This was my takeaway. There was two sides of the coin: good quarterback play and terrible quarterback play. The first overall pick from last season, and Trevor Lawrence, balled out of his mind. And Zach Wilson was the second pick. No,
how were the Jets favored -2.5?
didn't understand that.
Any Zach Wilson led team should not be favored in any scenario. I don't care who you are or what you have. So obviously they didn't cover the spread.
No.
So yeah, Jacksonville took him down, and Lawrence he played well. I think overall, I mean, both the run games seemed like they were struggling.
I think
Etienne had 83 yards on 22. They were trying 22 rushes.
he had 100 total yards.
Yeah.
He had a couple catches, few catches, 3 catches, I believe, for almost 30 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's had a good couple weeks, man. Dallas Cowboys, he had over 100 yards.
He's just having trouble finding the end zone. There was even a
Yeah.
couple of times he should have got in, and they barely touch his fucking ankle, and he would just like fall a yard short. And I'm like, oh,
I am
so
very
close.
excited for him for next season with another year in the system, and then there's going to be more weapons.
Yeah.
That team's
Obviously, him getting his feet back and getting going there, but
right. This is his rookie year, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not asking the moon of the guy, but definitely would help if he would find a way to get in the end zone. It just feels like he's like missing just that like last little like shedding tackles. I would say might be his like biggest problem right now.
Touchdowns are not a sticky stat. Look at Miles Sanders last year. Could not buy a touchdown. He has double digits this year. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw something like that next year for ETN.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was 20 for 31, 229 yards. Didn't throw a pick, didn't get a touchdown, but just did enough to win the game. I mean, when you're playing,
Well, he did have a rushing touchdown. So
right. I was talking about just in the air, right? Yeah, and rushing, yeah, he got one, but in that weather though, the stat line reads what it probably should be. But let's just talk about the guy, man. Evan Ingram, that guy's
balling.
Yeah, he's balling.
Been hot lately.
Yeah,
he found his own, man.
113 yards. Didn't get in the end zone, but the guy's been consistent the last like 3 weeks. So
T-Law's got his guy now. You gotta have your safety blanket, and that seems to be his new safety blanket. So good for them. And yeah, I guess like in this kind of a game, this weather game, it's nice to have a guy like that you could just check it down to him and let him get you those yak yards.
Yeah, and let's be honest. No one throws on the Jets. No perimeter receivers go off. You have DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. Look at the receivers did. Zay Jones, shitty game. Marvin Jones, shitty game. It was all center of the field in a run game. That's how you have to beat the Jets. You can't beat them vertical.
And Quentin Williams, man, that guy he's fucking good foot, man. I love watching that guy play. He's fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Stud.
Yeah. So they have just so many like things going for him in the Jets, and it's just fucking Wilson's just killing them.
Oh yeah.
That's the offense, man.
Even wasn't it the dude? What would you say his name was?
Strebler?
Yeah, Strebler, the one that he hit when the dude was coming over the middle and he was wide open and he like left it short.
Yeah. CJ Uzama?
Yeah, Uzama was gone, dude. He was gone, and
He would have let him. It's like, fuck, that might have been a
even
touchdown. Bro.
the crowd booed because they were like, I can't believe you didn't just. He was fucking gone,
Yeah,
And,
wide
yeah,
open.
wide open, and the crowd just. But you're booing a catch.
Dude almost fell down trying to stop and turn around and get the ball.
Right.
That'd have been all man. I think if no joke, if that ball hits the ground and it's not a catch, there might have been a fucking riot.
Yeah, it's
Fucking riot.
it's not looking good right now for the Jets because they had so much promise last like the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, especially like weeks 5 through 7, 4 straight wins. Yeah, they were definitely getting it, but 4 straight losses now. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's not looking good for them. They're gonna have a lot to think about this offseason, especially
Right.
their quarterback.
Do you draft another guy or do you give Zach Wilson another shot?
No,
I don't give him another
you
shot.
draft. You have to draft somebody else. You can't give him an. No, I don't even think your franchise take all that out. I mean, just as a fan base too,
Well,
like you can't roll that guy back out there.
he's lost the fans, he's lost the locker room. It's like,
Mhm.
dude, there's just
That's the key too.
yeah, you lose the locker room, you're bad. You lose the fans on top of that. There's nobody pulling for him right now. And it's just I don't think he's gonna be able to get himself out of this rut. He needs to go somewhere new. Maybe he'll figure it out, but I don't see it.
You never know. You never know. Look at the whole Geno scenario. Not obviously Geno's a better quarterback than Wilson, but well, at least right now. But
But
yeah,
that's the 10-year period just about. So it's like look how long it took for him to actually now live up to some of that potential.
I'd argue that Geno was a better quarterback as soon as he came out of college, to be honest.
yeah,
Geno
no,
was a stud in
I agree with
college.
that. I agree with that.
He
He could
Yeah.
he showed some games in the past. You're like, oh, okay, there he is. That's the guy. And then he'd have his bad games. Like, okay, there's that guy too.
You know what
But
gets me with Wilson? He'll have like these amazing plays where you're like, oh, how'd he get away? And, oh man, that was a dot. But he can't complete the simple check down or just
Mhm.
like go through his progressions and hit the guy running wide open on the slant that's like
Yeah.
7 yards away from him. It's like you got to be able to hit those plays.
plus his big thing is he can scramble real well, but he can't throw when he's running, he throws it just goes sailing in the air. And that's
And
a problem for a guy
That
like
was
him.
supposed to be his selling point too. Oh, he can throw on the run, can he?
I haven't seen
can
it
he
yet.
catch?
Yeah.
Switch him to tight end.
He can be a kicker.
He's little too. I just
Yeah.
was never in on him as a prospect. He's small, not really that good at playing quarterback. It's like,
Yeah.
good luck, New York.
And he's not even. I can't even like see him as like he's a good backup. I wouldn't want him to come in as a backup.
No. No,
Like-
not with his attitude and he just has all that baggage. I wouldn't want any of that.
Yeah, and then you'd have to worry about your mom.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just yeah, it's
He's
awful.
like-
Right now he needs a restart button for him because he's gonna find himself on his way out soon.
yeah, but what's better though? Him fucking your mom as a second string, third string quarterback, or him fucking your mom as someone that's not in the NFL?
It's close.
I mean, I'd rather be like the guy in the second string on the fucking line just fucked my mom. I mean, it sounds better to your friends and coworkers.
Yeah, okay.
It's still
Stay-
close.
He can
I
just
mean, I
stay
don't know why
away.
you're bragging about some man fucking your mom, but if I had to,
If you had to brag.
yeah, if I had to brag about it, I'm like, yeah, yeah. If it came up in conversation, like, hey, who's your mom fucking? I'd be like, well, it's Zach Wilson. So,
Well, it's just Zach Wilson.
yeah, young
Could be
stud.
worse.
Why is anybody asking you who your mom's fucking?
I don't know, just you never know, dude.
Maybe your
That's
mom's
a
hot.
typical conversation.
Never know, man. Never know.
Hey, you guys catch that Jets game? No, let's talk about who your mom's fucking.
Hey, so am I correct? As long as Jacksonville wins out, they win the South.
Yeah, if they win out, they get the South because they play the Titans the last week of the season. So, yeah, that's all I gotta do. That's
I hope that's what happens,
let's see what they
especially
got.
with Ryan Tannehill.
That was the
the
game
rest of
right
the year.
there. That was it. Next week they got the Texans, and then it's a Titans game, so they should be able to beat the Texans, and then they basically have their fate in their hands right now. all on them.
Yes, sir.
I'd much rather watch the fucking T-Law and the Jaguars than the goddamn probably Tannehill-less Titans. And the Tannehill's not even fun to watch anyway. So without him, they're a joke.
Yeah. Give the ball to Derrick Henry. That's all they do.
Yeah, I saw Malik last week. He tried to do like a fake handoff, and he was like holding it there, and Henry didn't even notice it. He just ran by. And I was like, all right, they're not on the same page. It's not a good look.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I don't want to see them at all. I'd rather see anybody else out of that division, honestly.
It's going to be the Jags or the Titans, and it should be the Jags. And Doug Peterson, he has the experience. They might make some noise. All you have to do is get in. Your record doesn't matter as long as you get into the playoffs, man. If Trevor Lawrence continues to play lights out, the defense is kind of playing a little better.
Yeah,
and they're going to make it to the Super Bowl. But hey, they might make it to the AFC Championship if they could get in.
They never know.
And see the Titans the Titans have the Cowboys next week, so that's a rough one. And the Texans this week, but the Texans have been playing good.
Yeah, real tough.
Hmm.
They're hard to put away.
I wanted. Oh, I have my answer already, but I wanted to ask you guys this, just a little off topic for my dynasty. So I have Purdy, Watson, and Dak. Who would you start?
Dak or Purdy?
You have to. I think it's got to be Dak.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
Sean Watson. They're playing in like a terrible weather game, so there's not going to be too much passing.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of took Watson out in my head. I'm leaning towards Purdy. I've done a lot of research just on like who I should start, and it's crazy. Like the more I looked into it, Dak is on a lot of people's sit-'em list, based off the scenario. And
they gave up 20 to Chicago last week, 22 to New York the week before that. Green Bay put up 33 on them. They lost to the Commanders 32. So it's like the people have been putting some points on him. So you just have to hope that those points come from him and not Pollard.
What I've seen from him with my own eyes lately. Purdy's, it's sad to say, I feel like Purdy's like the safer play.
The thing is, this is why I put him in, and I had to look at mine too because I was like, "Oh fuck, who am I going to put in?" He hasn't had anything lower than 15 like the last 10 weeks. If you look at Purdy's numbers, it's relatively the same. So your upside with Dak is more than Purdy, I think. So he'll still get you to 15-20 range, but he can run one in, and I just think there's more upside, and clearly the Eagles can give up points. So
I have Dak in there now. But I've kind of eliminated Watson in my head, but I keep thinking about it, man, and I'm like, it could be one of those like stomach plays where I'm just like, it could just be that make or break, you know what I mean? Because I feel like it's like one of those things that like, say Dak gets me 12 and then Purdy goes off and gets like 28, I'm gonna fucking just hate myself.
I don't see Purdy having.
Here's the other thing too on top of that.
I don't see it either, but I feel I don't know. I just have like a weird feeling about it. I don't know.
I mean, Purdy's probably good for like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's like a good baseline, but that's not going to win you the week. Dak can give you a 40-point game. Like he has that in his, range.
I know.
And with them having Gardner in, he's probably going to get the ball more. So
I love the Cowboys defenses. I mean, obviously already, but with no Jalen Hurts. Because up to this point, I was hesitant on starting the Cowboys this week, because I
picked up the Browns defense just in case.
I picked up the Titans defense just in case too. I was like, I want to use them because it's Gardner Minshew, but
Minshew they got weapons. He has those games sometimes, though.
Yeah,
Minshew's a good quarterback, but he's not Jalen Hurts.
Not like some scrub.
He's not Jalen Hurts, though.
No, I know that obviously, but he has potential to still keep that offense going a little bit.
For sure, but I do think he's going to get sacked quite a few times because he can't run, and I think he'll throw a pick, maybe 2.
I'm looking forward to this week. I had Miles Sanders got me like jack shit last week. I think this will be a good week for Miles Sanders, and Goddard too. Safety blanket Goddard, please, to the moon this week.
Yeah,
Yeah. No. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's get into the fucking schedule. So yeah, we're gonna now preview our week 16 for this Christmas weekend. We're gonna start. We got some Saturday games, bunch of Saturday games. So we're gonna start out in Chicago. And are they playing? Yeah, they're playing in Chicago. Chicago's at home, which is the Bears.
God.
They're taking on the Bills. And Chicago is a dog at home. Obviously, I think it's -8.5. Yes, -8.5. Buffalo Bills are favored on the road. And I'm just going to say this right now. I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go Bills on this one as well. Ugly game for the Bears. Not a good week. What's the weather look like?
It's gonna
Overcast.
Oh,
be
I think it's good.
super cold.
It's supposed to be bad. It's going to be cold as fuck.
No, so check it out. So for fantasy purposes, anything Midwest and all the way to the East Coast, all those games, if you're outdoors, the games are going to be shit shows. So this is how I'm approaching this week anyways. I'm starting anyone that is playing in a dome. Anyone that's playing on the West Coast. All those East Coast games, nah, I'm good. It's gonna be tough.
Your best case scenario is a running back, right? I mean, what I would think, because obviously they're going to try to run the ball if the weather's really shit. So
In this game alone, I love the quarterback still because both quarterbacks run
Yeah.
quite a bit.
yeah, this is like kind of one of the ones that are different because both quarterbacks can obviously use their feet, so you can still get fantasy points that way. But I think this is the Bills ain't fucking scared of no cold weather or bad weather, so I think they just go in there and handle business. Josh Allen's just going to do his Josh Allen thing, and I mean, yeah.
I do think Justin Fields is going to keep it interesting because he's a load to deal with, man. And it doesn't matter what defense he goes up against. He can keep it interesting. I'm still picking the Bills, obviously, but Justin Fields, man.
Yeah, hey, I like him too. I think he'll still get his, but I don't think it'll be enough.
No, I'm just saying I do believe the score will be closer. I mean, I like
obviously if you got Fields in fantasy, you go ahead and make that start.
But, I'm starting him.
I can see this being like a 28-20 game.
Yeah. I can see
20.
I think so. I think he'll keep the ball moving enough to get maybe 2 touchdowns and some field goals.
The Bills defense ain't what it was in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, they got no defensive line that's putting any real pressure on any quarterback.
They can't stop the run lately.
Yeah.
They're still 6th against the run, but yeah, they have been struggling the last couple of weeks.
That's what matters most.
But yeah, we know what they are on offense, so don't have to get into that. But yeah, like you said, run game has been struggling a little bit. I mean, look, they have all the pieces to obviously like dominate this game if it all comes together, but they've been a little inconsistent like last month. So we'll see. Justin Fields has the talent to wreck this game. He does.
And it's a weather game. So weather games can get ugly and be surprisingly closer than everyone thinks they're going to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if the Bears if Fields went off completely and they won this game barely, wouldn't even not surprise me at all. But it shouldn't surprise
me.
No, right. 11-3, 3-11.
Yeah,
2 totally different teams.
Just a bit.
Yep. All right, let's move on now to the Cleveland Browns. They're at home. They are taking on the New Orleans Saints. And the Browns, they are favored at home -3, over under of 32.5. And that is fucking low.
Yeah, it's another one of these. It says light snow in Cleveland, so it's another one of these, like Hank was saying, these outdoor games. So you're gonna see a lot of Chubb action in this one.
We're gonna have a Chubb, old Chubberton Daniels.
Mm-hmm. Maybe even some Cream Hunt, right?
Cream Hunt.
Cream.
Cream.
You got
cream
a Chubb.
Pie?
Got a Chubb and a little bit of cream.
Cream pie and Chubb.
No, creamless dicks.
Ah.
I
like it. Man, this game might have had the potential to be entertaining if the weather wasn't shit. But I don't even know who to pick.
I'm going Cleveland. I think everything, as far as bad weather goes, their team is structured for it. If obviously, if you run the ball, You got a quarterback that can run. He's been kind of like a game manager lately, so I don't know. Yeah, give me the Browns at home here. I think the Saints, as far as like this weather, I don't see how it works. Olave is out, so I'm not. Nothing about the Saints team tells me they're going to win in a bad weather game in Cleveland.
Yeah, and Kamara hasn't been overly great since the Niner game, so it's they don't have a lot of good options. I'll take the Browns on this one. I think Chubb will
I feel
just
like Kamara's
pound
only
away.
good game has been against the Raiders. Like in my head, I don't know why.
Yeah, they have trouble tackling.
The Raiders or the Saints?
The Raiders.
Couple issues.
Saying is, styles make fights, honestly, and this is going to be a good matchup because the Saints, they're still pretty good defense. If they're able to stifle the run, Cleveland Browns, they don't really have a good run defense. That's where I'm like, this game could get interesting.
Mm.
I'll lean with you guys though. Got to go Browns.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
Pick.
I don't like it, but I'm going.
I don't like it either. And the weather is kind of like it's making it so like you kind of just got to take the best team that's structured to win in the element, right?
I'm taking Chubb.
You can just look at the way they have the gambling set up for it. You got a -3, so they're expecting maybe a late field goal and an over/under of 32. They're expecting this game to be like 13-10. So yeah, it's gonna be an ugly game. This will be just as bad as last week's Browns game. A good old. Hopefully, I don't have to watch this game. One of those ones.
Oh, we're watching.
Give me any of these. That's not this game.
No, Cassie was like, "What are we doing Saturday?" I'm like, "Watching football."
Yeah, that's
11 games. There's
The
11
Ravens got
games.
the Winter Classic, fucking 5:00, the Christmas Classic. So
Mhm.
yeah,
it's pretty cool. I actually like enjoy it.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
All right, well, let's move on then. Let's go to the Tennessee Titans. They're at home. They are taking on the Houston Texans. And Tennessee, they are favored at home -3.5 and over under of 35.5.
And that's one overcast. It's another outdoor one. And Tennessee is gonna be probably without Tannehill for the rest of the year. So this is gonna be a
Derrick Henry show. That's what it should be.
Yeah,
he gets them.
Another 200 rushing yards incoming.
Oh yeah.
So
that's what he does, man.
That'd be 5 or 6 in a row against Houston.
This is set up for him to go off again. It's like the perfect storm, pun intended.
Literally.
So, everything about this game screams Tennessee for me. I just don't see. I like we've seen them do this before. Tennessee, especially also in this weather sometimes. But well, I guess kinda. But
Houston has been playing teams tough the last 2 weeks.
They have.
But
I know, but I feel like with the weather, you got to kind of like throw all that shit out.
Right. No, that's what I was going to go back towards. But Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
So we don't even have to say much then.
No, it's just gonna be a bunch of running.
What about Pierce here, fantasy wise? He's playing, right?
No, Pierce is on IR.
Wow, he's out for the season.
See, that's why we need the fucking news and notes, Nick. Fucking prick.
I already knew that. I have him on my teams. I put him on IR like 2 weeks ago, dummy.
That's why I don't know.
Stop getting sick.
I have been sick all week, so these guys are gonna help me.
Yeah.
So yeah, Derrick Henry then. Titans, all of them.
No, Derrick Henry, just that.
Okay. He's gonna win.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry is the Titan.
He'll be 1-0, and the Titans' record will stay the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's gonna make the playoffs on his own.
One-man show.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. This is Kansas City Chiefs. They are taking on the Seattle Birds. Kansas City 11-3, taking on Seattle 7-7. Just realized I haven't been saying the records, but you guys probably know.
Yep.
Kansas City is big favorite at home -10, over under 49 points. How is the weather in Kansas City?
Scattered clouds. So
It's gonna be another weather game.
I don't think this one will be quite as ugly as the other ones.
Right?
Yeah. A high of 14.
That's not too bad. We just played hockey in Montana in 2, so
yeah.
you know.
Anything Midwest over to the East Coast. Terrible weather this weekend. It's going to be the worst NFL weekend for weather.
And we're gonna go from the one of the greatest weekends of football to probably one of the biggest like slugfests in football.
Yeah.
Could make for some good football though, even if the games are low scoring. Every time somebody does anything, it's gonna matter so much more.
Definitely.
Um,
I'm surprised the over under is as high as it is, to be honest.
Nearly 50.
but 49. I mean, I gotta think about it. It's just cold, so
Yeah, but Geno Smith is without Tyler Lockett, and Kenneth Walker is now dealing with a back injury. So I don't know.
Bacchiotomy?
Yeah, I don't know how many points Seattle's going to put up, and we'll see. Going Chiefs here, obviously.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely.
I'm going Chiefs. Everything about this game, like you said, Lockett being out, Walker does he look like he's not going to play?
Carroll said he's going to play, but if you're dealing with an ankle injury and then a back injury out of nowhere and you haven't practiced this week,
Yeah.
doesn't sound good.
Can't expect him to be too productive. I would expect. I need another Jarek McKinnon, another onslaught this week.
Kansas City's fifth against the run too. They're actually pretty stout, so that's probably not going to help their case either. Patrick Mahomes, Kelsey, all that noise at home. Place is going to be rocking, cold as shit. Yeah, give me the Chiefs here. I think I'd say they probably win like 30-17, something like that would be my.
Sounds right to me.
Quick shout out before we move on. I just want to give Geno Smith his flowers. Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
First year as a starter in almost a decade. Pro Bowl. Good for
He
you.
deserves it.
For sure. No, it's fucking awesome. I mean, I don't think anybody else. You could say what you want about all the other guys, but yeah, that's definitely a guy that fucking
Well deserved, right?
Oh yeah, something like that. You always like to see those stories of people like that are just fucking just keep their head down, keep working, and finally get your start that I guess not finally get your start, but at least get another chance.
I think he was humbled, and that's why he's good. I think he's always had the talent, but he came in real arrogant. I'm sorry, if one of your teammates is knocking you the fuck out and breaking your jaw, obviously you're a dick.
Yeah.
So I think he was humbled, and then
Totally.
because he's always had the talent, man. He was a dog at West Virginia. Him and Tavon Austin. Oh my god.
I remember. He fucked Louisville pretty good one time. Yeah, seen a lot of that guy's games. Piece of shit. All right, so the Quiffs.
Yeah, the Quiffs.
And of course the world. Okay, well, this one should be good because Hank, they play Minnesota Vikings. They play in a dome, correct?
In a dome, baby.
Okay. So Minnesota
yeah.
Vikings at home, 11-3. They're taking on the Gigantes, who are 8-5-1. Minnesota's favorite at home, -4, over under of 48 points. And like we said, they are in a dome. So obviously, you got anybody on these teams.
Send it.
Vikings, because the only person that you're starting on New York is Saquon with confidence.
With confidence,
Definitely.
correct. I was gonna say if you had to, I might have to play Richard James, but
oh no, hey, for the deeper leagues, send it.
I think I might have took him out.
You're gonna take him out?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I put in the guy from
New Orleans, Rashid.
Yeah, you were the one that tried to get him behind me, huh?
Yeah, he's got speed, man. He's got speed.
You don't even need him, you asshole.
It's dynasty, bro.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry, that's right. Okay, sorry, that's right.
Come on
now.
It is dynasty, so I guess.
Yeah, that's the only argument there. That's the only argument there.
Yeah, this is an interesting game, man. This to me feels like a Giants game that they might come in and fucking steal this game. This might be a trap game because they've been getting away with some shit lately.
Yeah, they have.
So to me, this feels like a trap game.
Yeah, Saquon proved that that neck injury was not serious because obviously last week he balled out. Minnesota does not have the defensive front, in my opinion, to stop him. So we'll see. But if the Vikings get out ahead early, then I don't see the Giants being able to have the firepower to come back,
Yeah.
The Viking
Yeah.
defense is so fucking bad, man. 28th in the league, 24 points that they against a game. They're 31st against the pass. They're 18th against the run, which is about mediocre, but on the bad end, I guess. I feel like this is a trap game for me. I'm going to Gigantes.
Ooh,
I like Saquon here.
ooh, I like it. I
Yeah.
I need Saquon in the money league. I'm gonna go Vikings though. Kayvon Thibodeau last week he
Yeah.
balled out, so we'll see if he can follow that up with something nice. But I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins and the boys, man.
Yeah, I feel good about the Vikings this week. I think it'll be a close game, but yeah, I think old Justin Jefferson's about to go a little ham on them, and it's gonna be a good game for Saquon. So this could just be a nice, good old fashioned battle right
For
here.
that, I need JJ to go off. So
Me too.
All
Yeah.
three of us. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, we're all in the same. This is a Justin Jefferson
I have in my
podcast.
money league, so I kind of need it.
So do I have in my money league.
I'm playing Cassie, and so that's what's a good thing is that no matter what, one of us goes to the championship in the
Yeah,
money league. So at least somebody's gonna have a shot of us because we're like Cassie's the treasurer. So then I just be like, oh, I just get to keep that money.
it'd be better if you
Yeah.
guys both made it to the championship. Then you get the guaranteed money.
That would be nice, but can't.
You guys play each other this week.
Right.
They start doing leagues like that.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? Well, at least we're guaranteed the spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So 2 Vikes and a Gigante.
Oh, send it.
All right. Well, let's go on now to the losers of last week, the New England Patriots. They're at home, 7-7, taking on the Cincinnati Cats. 10-4. That's a big 10-4. 10-4. Pats are dogs at home. Bengals are -3 favorite on the road. Over under 41.5. This one's not this. We don't.
It's I'm not gonna go too crazy with it. I still think the Bengals will win this game, but it's gonna be another ugly weekend, cold in Foxborough. So the Patriots got to come out and do something this week because that sting from last week has got to be fucking burning right now inside of Belichick's got to be fucking. I wish.
If this was the other teams from the past, I totally agree. I'd be like, oh, they're fucking coming on fire. Honestly, I think this kills them. You just lost your chance to go to the playoffs pretty much, and losing that fashion, that locker room has to be fucking down. You're playing against one of the hottest teams in football. Yeah, you're at home. Weather's probably what it is, but it's fucking Joe Burrow. So you take this down.
This would be a good week to be a fly on the wall on the inside of the fucking Patriots facility. I would love to hear how Belichick reacted to the team about that play.
Oh, he went in on him.
I don't even think I think we just know probably what happened.
He just walked in the room, looked at everyone, and walked back out, and they're like, "Oh, that's even worse."
Yeah, I hope he walked in the room, shit his pants, and then just walked out.
I need to go change my Depends.
Underwear right in the middle of the floor.
I'm gonna go change my Depends real quick. You guys just stay here.
That's what if that was my scenario, that's how I would have played it.
That's how you make a statement.
That's a statement and a half right there.
You guys came back, won the Super Bowl. What happened? Oh, Bill, he fucking shit his pants, and we didn't know what to do, and we just started winning.
Yeah, just threw his fucking shitty underwears at Ramondre.
I'd be throwing him at fucking Patricia, if anything. I'm still blaming that lateral play on Patricia. He probably drew that up like that.
I said that. It's called the Patricia. That play is called the Patricia.
Oh no, they had some good ones on Pat McAfee. What some of the good ones? Myers Remorse.
I like
that. Sounds like a fantasy movie.
Yeah. There's a couple of good ones, but yeah, it's just the Bengals. Yeah, they're gonna win this game though.
I do believe the Patriots defense is going to show up and make them kind of tough, but the Bengals defense is pretty legit, and I think they're going to suffocate the Patriots offensive attack. And
the only thing that's killing the Bengals is sacks. They're 30th. So
Well, the Hubbard's out, and what's his name? Hawkinson's out. So it's like,
Hawkinson.
he wasn't he out
Hendrickson?
earlier? Hendrickson, sorry.
Hendrickson's playing.
Hawkinson,
Yeah, he's
Hendricks,
playing.
Hendrickson,
Hendrickson's
all
playing.
Yeah,
all
he's
of them.
playing. 'Cause I have him in the dynasty. I think I'm playing the other guy instead.
It just came out that he was going to play today.
Okay.
But yeah, I do believe the Bengals, they're just going to try to lean on Mixon, as they should, because the weather, obviously. But I think Chase gets his, and Burrow, he's going to sling that thing, man. Got to go Patriots. Jesus Christ.
No, it's all good. Just keep saying that.
Got to go Patriots. Got to go Patriots.
Nick, you're going Patriots?
No,
Oh,
absolutely not.
Clean sweep, right, boys?
Yeah.
that defense is gonna have to like play lights out for them to have a chance.
They have before, but
Yep, for sure.
it's tough. This is a
For
tough
sure.
one.
I'm
For
sorry,
any
man.
team.
You got Patricia calling offensive plays. I just ain't picking them. It just ain't gonna happen. You just lost to the fucking Raiders like that. You kidding me?
I
That's
see.
not
I was right. Hubbard's out, and then Hendrickson was out last week,
Yeah.
broken wrist, but he's going to keep playing. That's that. So you got Hubbard out and Hendrickson with a broken wrist, playing with a brace on. So that's a big reason why they're not getting sacks this year.
Yeah. It just came out that Hendrickson was going to play.
Yeah, I know. I'm seeing that. I saw something this morning saying he had a broken wrist. He may not play, but yeah, I'm seeing that they came out and said it's different. He's playing. Oh, good for him.
It's different.
It's not different.
Okay, let's move on then to the Carolina Panthers, also known as the Cats. They're at home playing the Cats, Detroit, the Cats of Detroit.
Yeah,
The
so the cat
Carolina
game.
Cats are dogs at home to the Detroit Cats. The Detroit Cats are favored -2.5, over under 43.5. And the Lions are playing great fucking football. And I'm happy to see it.
Defense finally showed up this year.
Well,
Against the run, anyways, they're still shit against the pass, but
Yeah.
they stifle the run.
I don't go that far.
Let's
They were fucking ass in like first half of the year.
definitely. But now they're like, 14, 23,
They've
17.
been respectable of late. We could say that.
They're keeping the games under 30. And that's for them, that's what they need.
Keeping the games under 30 points. We're making strides.
They're real good against the run, but they still can't stop the pass.
I mean, they lost one game when they scored 35 points and one game when they scored 45 points. So keeping it under 30 is a big improvement for them. Because they're
Yeah.
still finding ways to score them points, though.
No, yeah, they're fifth. They're fifth in points scored, 26. So look, their offense is no joke. They're humming, man. They're playing. Honestly, they're between them and the Bengals, probably the two hottest teams. You can go the Niners in there too. Probably the three hottest teams in football right now. So
It's fucking goofing. He's not new boot goofing.
he's not goofing no more.
No,
He's
he's here.
listening. He must be listening to the podcast.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
Uh-huh.
They've turned it around.
He's probably going to the locker room. Did you guys hear that new 3-minute motion?
Uh-huh.
Talking
Come
that
on,
mess.
man.
Yeah.
Guys gotta
Why-
listen to it.
The Lions should roll them because the Panthers, they want to run the piss out of the ball. And like I said, the Lions are really good against the run now. Sam Darnold, he's not going to be slinging the rock. So
No.
I see this being a blowout. I know they have Lions at 2.5.
Ugh.
Lions should win by multiple scores, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's got value right there on it. You might want to hit that bet if you're thinking about betting this weekend.
Yeah, and that's only because probably the Panthers are at home.
That's all it is.
But still, I honestly still think that's too low.
Yeah,
I think I'd say I'd give him like -6.
I would have taken probably 3 or 3.5 just to say that maybe it ends up coming down to a field goal.
The Lions have been feisty too. I mean, the Panthers have been feisty too, though.
When they can run the ball, and that's only when they can run the ball.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's not a good matchup for them, in my opinion.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
Detroit's been like a finesse team, and I just think it's going to be too much.
You get finessed. Yep, we're going Lions in this one.
Real-
My Lions are back. We're making a run. Dark horse right there. Never lost faith. Never. Didn't lose faith.
Never. At 1-6, you were 1-6, you're like, yeah, playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Playoffs, baby.
I knew it. I knew it.
No fucking way.
No fucking way, bro.
1-6, baby, going to
Oh
the
yeah,
playoffs.
I
That
knew
is
it. I was
fucking
like,
crazy.
I'm like, dude, they're about to go on like a 10-game run right now.
And they might.
They just might.
They might. Can't.
Well, they
can't
have won 6 out of their last 7, right? And their only loss was to the Bills on a last-second field goal. Pretty
Yeah.
fucking impressive, man.
Yeah,
Agreed.
and they got a pretty nice little schedule going forward with the Panthers, the Bears, and then that probably what could turn out to be the last wild card spot against Green Bay if the Packers roll their shit together too. Could be a fun last week.
Can't believe the Packers still aren't eliminated.
It's everything's so close this year with there's so many teams that are like up in that
I can't
upper
believe the Raiders
echelon.
still aren't eliminated.
Huh?
I can't believe the Raiders still aren't eliminated.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many teams that are like so high, and there's so many teams that are so low that there's a lot of garbage kind of floating around in the middle. A lot of like 6 and 8 teams right now, 7 and 7. So any of those teams goes on a losing streak, somebody that's 6 and 8 right now just pops right in and gets it at 9 and 8.
Yeah.
And then somehow somebody from the NFC South is still gonna go
At 8 and 9.
if they get to 8,
Oh yeah, 7 and 10, right?
7 and 10. Embarrassing.
So all Lions in.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
buddy.
move on now from the Battle of the Cats to the Battle of the Birds.
Bird game.
Again.
Baltimore Birds at home, 9-5, taking on the Atlanta Birds.
I don't
The
like
Baltimore Birds are favored at home -6.5, over under of 35.5.
I don't like either one of these teams in this game. The Ravens just look god awful without
Still winning
Lamar.
games somehow, but
Yeah, let's see, 10-9, 16-14, and 13-3. That defense is holding tough for them right now.
You know what? And it doesn't even matter because they can lose this game and they're still in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
They just need Lamar. I actually hope Lamar does not play at all for the rest of the regular season. Get him healthy enough.
yeah, I agree. There's no reason. I mean, hey, obviously, get him back and, obviously get him back into football, game shape or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, there's an argument for that. But make sure he's healthy because if you rush it and he comes back early on this bum knee, then you're risking further injury. And it's like, man, be smart.
Yeah. Your further injury, and then if he goes down, I mean that's it. So again, I should say. So
What do you guys think about Desmond Ritter? We're gonna see something in this game.
I haven't seen it yet.
Another tough matchup.
Yeah,
The Saints and then the Ravens. That's how you start your career.
Yeah.
The Saints and then the Ravens. Ooh, tough.
I mean, the Saints or the Falcons aren't. Sorry, the fucking Ravens aren't that great against the pass. They're 25th. So I mean, if there's going to be like a passing game, maybe that he can break out, this could be it. But they're third against the run. So good luck with that.
That's all the Falcons want to do.
It's gonna be another outdoor game too.
Which sucks for Drake London, man. I hope they get him a quarterback. If obviously Ritter doesn't pan out, but that's too much talent for you just to let sit there like that. And I really like London, so
yeah, good thing he's young. He's like 21, so
Him and Pitts, man, both of them are really young right now. Get them a quarterback that you can utilize those weapons, and they've been shown that they can find a way to run it. So just need to get that quarterback out there.
yeah. So yeah, they're gonna take away the run game. Ritter's still looking like man. Obviously, the only biggest thing is you can get him in the air, but I don't know, man. The Ravens aren't really scoring any points, so it's like I can see how the Falcons might sneak it out. Fuck, you know what I mean? So
I think the Ravens blow them out the water. I think it's going to be.
Think so?
I do. Even with Tyler Huntley, I think it's going to be a big J.K. Dobbins game, and Mark Andrews is finally going to get back on track. I think that's going to be their recipe.
Yeah, that guy's got to get going again.
I won't say blowout, but I still think they win this game. Like this probably is a blowout, but like 21-6, 21-9. So I don't see the Falcons putting up a bunch of points. I think the Ravens will this is the perfect game for the Ravens to get right with their team as it is with Huntley, because Falcons defense isn't exactly overly good.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna take the birds.
There you go,
Not
fair.
surprised. They've been tough, man. I mean, they're feisty, so
No, I'm going Falcons.
yeah, I
Yeah.
figured.
I think that
As soon as you said birds, I knew you weren't going Ravens. As soon as you dropped the birds, I was like, here we fucking go.
I'm going Falcons, man. I don't know. I feel like this is one of those games. It's just going to be like a shit show, and they can somehow win by like a late field goal.
Put it
You
this
know
way.
what? You know what? I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna take some Nick action here. Give me a tie.
Oh,
give me a
shit.
Ooh, there we go. High five on that one. Speaking of which, that fucking tie last week, I almost called that shit back in like
I know, that was
June
fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was tight.
after 33-0, and all of a sudden my tie fucking call was about to hit. I was like, oh, give me this one. Couldn't have it though. But no,
And for it to be that close, though, that's still a win in itself.
dude, I called a tie on a game that ended up 6 months later being 33-0 at halftime, and it's still
Especially like
almost
week 15 too. Like such a random week.
It's just at that point in time, I didn't think much. Obviously Minnesota's offense is way better this year, so they have been enjoyable to watch. But just like last year wasn't great, and the Colts, I already could tell the writing was on the wall that they were going to be a shit show. So it just didn't. There's nothing appealing about that game to me. So I just was being a dumbass, just like your Brock Purdy thing, just kind of like throwing some shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Well,
Almost
the dumbass
worked.
thing for me was leading them to the Super Bowl.
It's-
I was serious about him maybe getting a start.
yeah,
The
it's
Super Bowl part of it, I was like, that was kind of a joke. But I'm still going to take it if it happens.
hey, it might happen. So yeah, but both of these
The
teams,
words were said out of this mouth. So
they sure were.
I was
Last 3 weeks, both these teams, neither one of them scored more than 20. So, or no, neither one of them have gotten 20 points. So it's going to be a low scoring game.
yeah. All right. So 2 Falcons.
No,
Sorry. 2 Ravens and a bird.
Yeah, you flying solo on that one.
Yeah, you're flying solo with your birds.
All right. Well, let's move on then to my man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Brock Purdy. We got the San Francisco 49ers at home, 10-4. They are taking on the old Comrags. 7-6-1, currently 4th in the NFC East. And the Niners are favorite at home, -7, over under of 37.5.
It's gonna be a good week for the 49ers. I feel like this is a good matchup for us. I don't see the Commanders offense. They're not going to be able to do what they think they can.
Not worried
do
about their offense.
I'm worried about
Yeah.
their defense. Chase Young is back, and that defense has been playing lights out lately.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Niners.
I don't think it's a
but I
walk
think
in the
it's gonna
park.
be tough.
I don't think it's a walk. Look, I'm taking the Niners, but I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park.
I would love for it to be, obviously, but I can see being close.
No, they've definitely they let the Giants score 20 on them 2 consecutive games. Falcons put up 13, but it's the Falcons, and the only tough team they played recently was let's see, the Eagles, and they beat the Eagles. So they've been definitely, the defense has been keeping teams the low 20s and lower than that. So they definitely they have everything there. I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up with points with us. Once we get enough of a lead, I think we'll be lights out. 20-10 at halftime. Call it a game. Let's run the
As long as we
play.
have a fast, hot start, I'm all for it. But I do
Yeah.
believe this is going to be this is going to be a true test for Purdy. He will be tested this game.
Washington's 8th against the pass, so their secondary is no joke.
It's that D-line really too.
And
They
that helps.
pressure, bro.
Well, they're talking about them possibly running a 5-1-5 on us just to make it so can't run good, and then we're gonna have to try to throw the ball. And that's 5-1-5 might not work out if you got Kittle running down the middle wide open because there's one linebacker down the center. So it's gonna be an interesting game, that's for sure.
I do believe Kittle has a huge game. He's got to. And their linebackers are not really coverage linebackers, so.
But if they're running 5 on the line, you might be stuck on the line a lot of the game.
Yeah.
I like
Hard play action.
a CMC here, I like it. I think too he's gonna have a little pep in his step for the snub on the Pro Bowl too. So, but I like him receiving in this
Yeah.
game.
Check
Receiving yards.
downs. Check downs and
Running
screens
yards
all
might be a
game.
little tough, but I like him. Yeah, coming. I like him.
You like him
Like him
coming?
receiving. Like him coming. Goal, man. He's gonna have no more coming. That dick.
No, definitely not.
Humble sticks. Send it.
So how does the Comrades win this game?
They tear right to Brock Purdy.
Yeah. Rookie mistakes that lead to turnovers.
Yeah.
Shortened fields, even if you're just getting field goals all game. If they're able to stifle the Niners offense, I mean, if you're already getting all the turnovers, they're obviously not scoring. So yeah, they're gonna have to try to show that there's some weakness with Purdy. But I haven't seen it yet, so
Hey, Niners, we can't let up because we still have a shot at the #1 seed, man.
and the 2. A 2 would be, to me, I would love to have that 2, because that means other than the Eagles, we have home against everyone.
Yeah. It'd be nice to get that 1 though.
If there's a time to go for it right now with Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Jalen
Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is hurt.
It hurts.
Brain
got hurt.
Hurted.
Jalen hurted hurts.
Jalen Hurted hurts.
Do you guys know the weather for it? Is it going to be raining in Levi, Santa Clara?
So it's supposed to start raining next week. We were just looking at the weather earlier.
I think it's supposed to be like chilly, right?
Yeah, it's just a high of 60. No, it's just a standard day. Partly, it's just like how all week's been out here.
I was just wondering if it was raining or not.
No, it doesn't start raining until Monday.
Cool.
So we'll be all set.
So all Niners in.
Bang bang.
Yep. Be close though. Be close.
Okay, well, let's move on then to the team that has a lot to do with, I guess, your destiny, as you call it, like the game.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys are them boys. They're at home, 10-4, huge 10-4. They are taking on the Philadelphia Birds. The old bird game.
This upsets me. I'm really like
13-1.
Nothing against the Raiders having the primetime 5:00 slot, but I really wish they would have flexed this one out so I could watch the Niner game and then watch this game.
They flexed this out the other game. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, well, there's reasons.
No, didn't they? I would rather watch that game. Fuck.
Yeah, no, I know they flexed the Giants game up. I was like, oh, all right,
That's
cool.
how it ended. But yeah, anyways, all right. Dallas Cowboys are favored at home, -4, over under a 46.5.
Well, the entire Philadelphia Eagles made the Pro Bowl, their offensive line. So it's strength on strength. That offensive line against Dallas's pass rush. It's a shame that we weren't able to see these two teams with their starting quarterback. So the first game, there's no Dak. Now there's no Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Really sucks.
I guess go Cowboys?
Ugh, don't even say it like that. I mean, it is indoors, so
the Jalen Hurts part of it changes everything. I don't like the Cowboys right now. They're playing inconsistent football. Only thing saving them is their run game. Dak's playing he's making too many mistakes, bad ones too. But with Hurts being out, it's like, do you take a Gardner Minshew-led Eagles team against a Dak Prescott Cowboys team? And they have a top defense, both of them, pretty much. So it's like, I don't know. This one's just, I guess they got to go boys based off Dak, based off their run game. I think Zeke has a good game. Pollard's been eating. Obviously, their defense. I'm going boys.
Yeah.
It hurts me to say it because I'm all about the Birds.
Yeah.
I still think the Birds are going to end up winning this game. The Cowboys have been looking sketchy the last couple of weeks, and I don't see any reason why it's going to be any different. Gardner Minshew might not be great, but they have tons of weapons. They have a good running game and a good defense. So, yeah, I think this is I'm still taking the Eagles, but I think this might end up being a kind of a shootout. I think both quarterbacks are going to be shooting themselves in the foot, and both teams are going to have tons of opportunity to score points, and I think that's where it's going to come from.
If the Eagles don't get turnovers, they lose.
If the Eagles don't get any turn, like if they don't give up the ball.
No, like if they don't get the ball, if they don't,
Oh,
If they don't take the ball away, they
if
lose.
they don't
Okay.
take the ball away, now you confuse me.
got
That's
it.
what you meant. That's what you meant. That's what it,
The Cowboys, for them to lose, they have to turn the ball over.
I would say the opposite for me. It's if the Eagles don't turn the ball over, I say they win.
Isn't that like the same thing?
I think no, whatever.
it all hinges on Gardner Minshew, in my opinion.
Pretty much.
Can he get the ball to the weapons? AJ Brown stud, Devontae Smith stud, Dallas Goedert, he looks healthy. When he's healthy, he's a fucking stud. Miles Sanders stud, good offensive line, but can Gardner Minshew execute?
Interesting.
A lot
Eagles first in sacks, Cowboys second. So
a lot of magic. Hurts has made a lot of magic with his legs. Gardner is not that type of quarterback, so it's going to be a totally different play style that we're going to see. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I'm going with the Cowboys. I think the Eagles have the better team and they have been playing better. Just the loss of their quarterback, man. I can't go with the Eagles here. Although I do love them.
That's where I'm at too. Yeah, just based off that, pretty much.
Plus, I just can't take the Cowboys. It goes
Cowboys
against my
have a better
nature.
run game too.
You got to stay on brand, Nick. You got to stay on brand.
Yeah,
Okay?
it goes against my nature in this one. I'm taking
You're
Eagles.
taking the
Birds.
Cowboys.
Well, when they play teams like the Texans, I don't have fucking much of a choice.
This is
I was
true.
close.
And then even then, I was almost
Close.
wrong.
It's too close.
That'd hurt if I'd have picked the Cowboys over the Texans won. I'd been like, might as well just go home now.
All right. Well, then let's move on. We got the Pittsburgh Steel Curtain. They're at home, 6-8. They're taking on my Las Vegas Raiders, who are 6-8, third in the AFC West. Pittsburgh Steelers are favored at home, -2.5, over under of 38.5, but it's going to be cold as fuck.
I have 10 degrees. Ow.
The Steelers are going to be playing with a lot of juice too. It's the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, so they're going to come out.
Though we have been turning the tides, though. We just did what we did to the Patriots, and
that ain't sustainable. How you guys won? How you guys won? That ain't sustainable. I still think you guys should win, but I don't know, man. The losses that the Raiders have had this year, I have no faith. I'm still picking them.
Look, I'm picking the Raiders, and I have no confidence in that. The only thing that I have confidence in is those 3 Pro Bowlers. So
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, feed him.
Other guy, Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
little Mad Max.
Yeah,
I do think Mad Max kills Kenny Pickett.
Literally kills him. Like just goes in there and I'm sorry, but broken neck.
Exactly.
Yeah, this will be a good Jacobs game. I think he's gonna run just fine. Devontae should have his. I don't. The Steelers are probably gonna be riding a little high right now. They're gonna want to win this one for Franco, but I don't think they're going to. I think the Raiders are gonna win this one, and it's gonna be not as close as that 2.5. I don't think it's gonna be anywhere near that. I think this will be more of a 27-17. I think the Raiders have this one, no problem.
Derek Carr struggled in the cold, though. That's my fear. But like we said, though, Jacobs,
feed Jacobs.
Stick to our guns here. Stick to our guns. Just feed Jacobs, and then use your weapons after that. And I think we can handle business. Obviously the Raiders have been very inconsistent and lost games that they shouldn't lose, and it's never pretty. But this feels like a game that we should just, maybe do what we know like we've been doing. Maybe like be up like a touchdown at halftime, and then make it interesting at the end, and then pull away by like 7 or 10. That's how I feel it should go. Jacob should have a big game. I think Adams will have a good game. I don't like Derek Carr's play here, even in fantasy purposes, but just because, like I said, it's based on like where we're playing, and then the weather that's there. It's really cold, and I feel like he always struggles in cold. So. But Yeah, give me Max. Give me Chandler Jones is playing a little better. Hopefully we can get to the quarterback. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like they don't have enough.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, they've given up. Let's see, they put 24 two times in the last 4 weeks. That was against the Colts and the Panthers, whose defenses are kind of lacking. So yeah, I don't see the Steelers right now. There's no Pickens is just Pickens Pickett. It's just not working out like we were hoping it was. But that could be next year. It could be a thing, but it just hasn't been yet. So yeah, exactly. They're rookies, so they don't. I don't think they have the points to keep up with the Raiders. 17, like I said, would be a good number for the Steelers, and I think you guys will get it done. They just have to feed Jacobs. Every time we say it and they do it, it happens. It works. So stick to what works.
I see the path how the Steelers win this game, though.
There's always a path.
No, but it's clear as day. Najee has been running well, and the Raiders can't fucking tackle to save their goddamn lives. If Najee gets hot, could be close. They could squeak the win out. They could.
Yeah, no,
I'm still going Raiders.
I would not be surprised.
Still going
It's
Raiders.
a big game for the Raiders, man. Like we can, anybody can make all the jokes all they want or blah 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 where we're at, but at the end of the day, this is a game the Raiders have to win to keep their season alive. So, that hopefully the boys coming off that high of last game, McDaniels. I think this is a big coaching game for McDaniels. I mean, he can't come out and fucking shit the bed again. You can't. You got to get these guys going. So
He can fuck around and get out coached by Mike Tomlin, man.
yeah,
Like,
that he can.
Yeah, but
players got to win the game, but coaching is also major. And Tomlin is a proven great head coach. So,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All that said, Raiders. Let's
Should
go.
be.
All
Definitely.
Raiders. I don't like it. Did we all pick the Raiders last week? I think we did, huh?
Yeah.
No, Nick, you picked Patriots, I thought. Didn't you?
I wasn't. I don't think I was in the last week's episode.
Oh, that's right. You weren't. You're right. I think me and you picked the Raiders.
I totally picked the Raiders.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's move on now to the old Dolphin. They're at home taking on the Packers. Miami's 8-6. Packers are 6-8. And the Dolphin are favored at home -4 over under of 50.
Ooh, good Lord.
This feels like a trap game to me. And that's sad to say with the Rodgers-led team, but Miami's been playing not great football lately, and
Told you, falling apart.
Packers are playing a little better. But,
Actually, the Dolphins played pretty well against Buffalo last week. It's just they got Josh Allen. That's just the way it is. But they've had a better game.
Yeah, they did. Tua played a little better too, but they've been like kind of inconsistent and based off. I think this is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be one of the best games of the week. I like the matchup.
Well, Rodgers is starting to link up now with Dobbs and Watson. He's actually starting to get like a good vibe going with them. Plus with their running game, the last 2 weeks. This is the Packers that we were expecting all season. It's coming in a little too late now.
Mm-hmm.
So
and AJ Dillon's been better too lately. So
hey, he's got that new father vibe going. So
yeah,
hey, I'm here for it. He's in my lineups.
He's got that dad speed now.
Yeah.
I'm going Packers here, man. Don't believe in the Dolphins anymore.
Yeah, I like the Packers in this game as well.
I'm going Dolphin.
All right.
Why?
Why? I just think this is the game they probably just like get it back together. Like Nick said last week. Yeah, they've been playing it consistent, but they looked a little better last week. They're at home. Obviously they're gettable Green Bay. I just like this is a game they'll just like squeak out like 27-24, get back on track. I'm not totally like out on them like you are, but like they have all the talent in the world. We've seen it. So I don't know. I like Tua. Tua. So
that's my big thing. It's like the Packers are getting hot on offense and the Dolphins are fucking ice cold right now on defense. I don't like that matchup.
We know the
You could-
Packers always have trouble stopping the run, so maybe Raheem Mostert follows up that big game again. But
Well, they only gave up 17 to. Or I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. To no, they lost that. I was looking at the wrong stat. They've lost 3 in a row.
yeah,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
challenge,
I'm going
man.
Dolphins.
and that's crazy.
I guess that more proves my point. They should
Yeah.
just get back on track then. Give me the Dolphins.
It's crazy to think they were 8-3, and we're like, God damn, dude, this team has a chance to make a run with the Bills, and now they're 8-6. And you're like, oh, don't fall apart now
That
and
makes sense. All
miss
that
the playoffs.
team, man.
I saw some crazy stat. Pretty much the Niners break every
Yeah,
team they
yeah.
play.
They're ruining every time the team just immediately every team in their winning streak lost the game after they played us.
I think teams are like 1-12 after they play the Niners. So
Pretty bad.
They're like our bodies haven't recovered yet.
Even if you win, you're like, oh, that was too much work. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, we need a
I'm
couple.
tired,
weeks
coach.
off.
I don't want to play football,
Fucking Hufanga and Greenlaw out there fucking laying people out.
bro.
Isn't Kinlaw coming back too?
He's
He
in,
is.
he's in the practice window, so
No, he's playing. Shanahan came out and said he's playing.
Oh, sweet. I love that. Give me some of that.
Fuck yeah. He's definitely a force when he's healthy. That bastard just needs to stay healthy, man.
Mm-hmm.
All the talent in the world, but hey, if you can't stay healthy, you're no good.
Nope. All right. Well, let's move on then. The LA Rams, they're at home. This game should not be played. 4-10, taking on the old Denver Donks.
How do they even have this game at 36.5? Oh, I'd have put this at 28.5.
Broncos are favored on the road, -2.5, and like Nick just said, over under of 36.5.
Yeah, you go ahead and take this under on this one.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't want to talk about this game.
Let me ask you a question then. Why was this not flexed? Why was this not shifted to the Saturday slate? So we're forced to watch this game, basically.
Oh God, it is the only 4:30 game. Oh
yeah, there's 3 games on Sunday, so we're forced to watch every single last one of these. Why was this not shifted to Saturday?
This should be I guess Saturday at like 1, and then they should shift anybody else.
Anyone.
This works good for me because it's like I'm gonna get up and watch football. We don't have the kid, so it's like get up and watch football. Then we have to go and like hang out with the family at around noon, and that'll go until like 4. So I'll be busy through all that, and then that'll be over, and then it'll be on to the next game. So it's actually gonna work out just fine. I'm still gonna watch this game, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. Yeah, I don't, dude. I'm about to flip this. All right, this side, Broncos. That side, Rams. Broncos. Let's ride.
Sorry, my cat's wanted out of the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Bronx.
Yeah, I just picked I was like,
no, I'm going Rams. Sucker, big cocksucker Mayfield's still in there.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going Rams. He showed me enough.
He showed you enough to play. I don't like I'm taking the Broncos. I think their defense will do enough to keep the Rams' atrocious offense from scoring. Absolutely. I could see the Rams getting shut out this game. Yep. I'm going to go 6-0 Broncos.
6-0.
They beat a potential Raiders playoff team.
Yeah. I'm still going Broncos. I'm going to go Broncos here too, Nick. Just because what you said, the defense.
Yeah, let's ride.
Man, we keep bringing it up. Just what a fall from grace with these Rams, man. We don't even have to touch on it because you don't want to talk about this game. There's not much to say.
Yeah, Broncos are going to win 6-0.
No, I'm not talking about it. We're moving on. We're fucking moving on.
Yeah, don't you fucking start.
I had something, and I don't even want to say it. All right, let's move on now to the Arizona Birds. They're at home, 4-10. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 6-8, and the Buccaneers are
heavily favored on the road.
Should be
favored on the road, -7.5. Over under 40.5.
Yeah, and I like it. They
Yep.
should win by multiple scores. You have Trace McSorley, who is not that good of a quarterback. He's their third string quarterback on a bad team. So say what you want about Brady. I mean, it hasn't really looked right, but they're still a better team. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I got Bucks all day here.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that the Cardinals pull
There's
this out?
always
Look,
Connor goes.
Tampa Bay has not looked great, man. They've lost 3 games out of their last 5. So
They barely beat the Saints, so
yeah, they
took
I
a
don't know, man. Nothing
late
about
game.
them. It just feels. I don't like taking them, but like you say, yeah. If I had to find a way for the Cardinals to win, I guess D-Hawk and Connor go off, and they get a couple
Connor.
of turnovers, maybe like
I'd
a
say
couple
Connor.
defensive touchdowns.
Because this passing attack is pretty much going to be non-existent, man.
Hey, JJ Watt's been getting in there. Maybe he gets the ball out once or twice. You never know. It's if Kyler's in this game, I'd pick the Cardinals this game. But with him out, there's just the Buccaneers, it's gonna be another these are not good Sunday games. The first game is gonna be so great, and then the rest of the day is just gonna be like fuck, man. They did not write a good script this weekend.
No,
Well, luckily
they should have moved some shit around for sure.
yeah. As soon as it hit like week 10, they should be like, ooh, this is not going to work. They want to take over Christmas. This is not the slate for it. The first game, yes. And that's actually perfect. Green Bay, Miami, everyone's all hyped up. They just open their present and shit. Boom, good game.
Doesn't
And
Christmas kind of belong to basketball, anyways? Though.
yeah, but it's NFL rules everything. So I can't remember ever watch. I watched after the 73 win season with the Warriors. I watched that it was LeBron versus Curry, the Golden State game. That one was cool, but other than that, I don't really give a shit. All right, I'm watching football.
Well, I know you don't, but you gotta think about the other. Most of the world, America, they also love basketball.
Nah,
I'm
nobody
not
else is
saying they
watching.
rival them. I'm just saying Christmas Day usually belongs to.
I looked up the stats and nobody watches, so
looked up the stats.
got the Nelson report.
Okay.
Yeah, Bucks in this one. That's
Bucks then, all of us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on into the Monday Night Football game. We have the Indianapolis Colts 4-9-1. They're taking on the Gold Chargers.
Java.
Yeah.
8-6, second in the AFC West, and the Chargers are favored. Sorry, the Chargers. Well, yeah, they're favored on the road.
4.5.
Minus 4.5. Over under at 45.5. Yeah, I'm going Chargers.
Justin Herbert is going to cook them. There is one thing I want to talk about real quick. Big Dick Nick Foles is the starting quarterback.
I know. I saw that.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
They should have been made this move, in my opinion. Maybe their season would have been saved.
Agreed.
That'd be great if they won like the last 3 games, like in convincing fashion.
Wouldn't be surprised.
What an embarrassing season they've had this year. Hilarious.
We all picked them to win that division.
It's crazy.
Well, we were fucking wrong.
So
was most of the world.
People, yeah.
It
should have been a fucking slam dunk based off like the team, the offseason they had. But,
I think Justin Herbert is just going to be too much. Eckler is going to be too much. Stephon Gilmore will take away somebody. I don't know if he's going to be guarding Mike Williams or Keenan Allen.
I'd say he's probably on Allen. You think?
Oh, I don't know, because Stephon Gilmore doesn't really travel into the slot. Yeah, I think he can. I think he could take away Mike Williams. I think so.
I don't know. Mike Williams has been mossing people lately, so that'll be a good matchup.
He sure has.
Yeah.
So
Stephon Gilmore, he's been balling though.
I think it's a bad matchup for
Justin Jefferson got him last week, but
he did.
Stephon Gilmore, he's been balling, man. Yeah. He's like their only bright spot on defense.
So the Colts, they don't have Taylor, and then they're gonna have Jackson and Moss, right?
Yeah.
So
that's a huge downgrade. It's a shame too, because if Taylor was healthy for this game, he'd probably go for 200 on this defense. They can't stop the run.
Yeah.
This will be another ugly game. These last 3 games are just like not great. But yeah, Chargers should win this game by a
But
lot. I hate the
they
Colts.
both give up a lot of points, but offensively, Chargers are just way better. So
Yeah.
I mean, you just have to think that based off offensive skill alone, that they're just gonna fucking handle business and win this game. And they're playing better football. Herbert's playing better football. They're healthier now.
Defense is starting to show up too.
Yeah, defense is getting better.
I got a question for you guys. Colts are up 21-0 halftime. Who wins?
Chargers.
Tie. If they're up 21-0, I'm a hammer. I'm gonna go make a bet on that comeback. That money's gonna be good.
That's fucking crazy.
I wonder if there was anybody who did that, like $100 on the Vikings to come back last week. Probably made themselves like $5,000 just off of the
$5.
dumbest.
You know what? I normally I would say yes, but that deficit was so big. I mean, if anything, someone would have been like, "Oh, let me throw like 10 on it."
She probably still made like $1,000 right there. Take
Yeah.
that bet any day of the week.
I do believe the Chargers are going to get hot, man. They're another team that could make noise in the playoffs.
They got a good run right now. Colts, Rams, Broncos. So
they can be 11-6 at the end of the year,
Yeah.
If the Chargers win this game, they're in, right? Am I correct at that?
I'm
They'll
not
be
sure.
9-6. 2
Or are they
games
still-
left. Yeah, I think I just had the freaking NFL standings with the playoff seeding. Here it is. Hold on real quick. And all right, so they win, they go to 9-6. And the closest team would be the Patriots with 2 games now. So they wouldn't be a lock.
But sitting pretty.
Yeah, they'd be in a good spot though. With the Patriots team that could more than likely lose this week. Yeah, if the Patriots lost and they won, then they'd be locked in.
Yeah. All right.
Well, then that would be it. That would be it for the AFC. So technically, the Raiders have to have a better record. Oh, I'm sorry. There's 3 wild cards. Yeah, my bad. I'm still trying to get used to that shit.
I know. No, I do the same shit all the time too. I'm like, wait, how can the Raiders get in? They're like, oh yeah, there's another wild card spot.
Yeah, they got so the Dolphins and Chargers are both 8-6 right now. So they really banking on some of them losing, and the Chargers have the easier road than the Dolphins do. So it's always possible. I mean, honestly, the only team I can see really making a splash to make a run is Jacksonville, because Tennessee's they're gonna go for their division. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Both South divisions are just awful.
Throw them away.
Yeah. No. The Jaguars are playing better. We'll keep them. Everything else, throw it out.
I like it.
Anything else, boys?
That's it for me.
All right.
Let's get it, man.
That's it. That's going to wrap it up. Then that'll wrap up our week 16 preview for your Christmas sports ball needs. So you guys just want to get right into the fantasy shit, and then we wrap this up?
Dive right in.
All right. I don't think we really need to edit anything, to be honest with you.
That's pretty straightforward.
I know.
Yeah.
We haven't fucking done anything. No PPs, nothing.
Nope. Nice. Blowing.
All right. Well, let's get into our stardom sim. Then obviously it's a big one for everybody because it's usually like your, semifinal, or should be at least everybody's semifinal for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, stardom, situm. So we're just gonna start. Each of us will have 2 players on each side. Side, I mean stardom and situm. So Hank, you go first. Who's your stardom? Just give me the 2 that you got to start.
I would say my stardom for this week. My top dude, I think J.K. Dobbins is gonna have a massive week. I really like him, even though I'm playing him in a spot. And then I'll give you guys an undercover deep dive. Darius Slayton against the Vikings. I love him, man. I love him this week.
Yeah.
Because they should be losing.
My cousin Nick hit me up about the Slayton play. And I was like, I like it, but his other guy, I can't remember who he had his other guy at or who it was, but I like the other guy better. But I know that one, I told him it was a tough one. It was a coin flip.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. Yeah, I like that.
All right, Nick, what do you got? Who's your two?
All right, so the guy who I've been dick riding the last 2 weeks, who's been saving me games, Jerick McKinnon, Kansas City Chiefs, consistently putting up big points. He's been killing it on these little screens, these little checkdowns, and just making big yards. He's been having great weeks. I think he's gonna have another good week this week. So Jerick McKinnon, he's killed it the last 2 weeks. No reason to think he can't keep it going. And then as far as receivers, I think this week's a good week for Christian Watson. Definitely gonna have very, very good numbers. Him and Rodgers are really starting to click, and Miami's defense gives up receiving points like crazy. So I think he's gonna have a blow up game this week, plus like 25 plus. So good
That'd be
weeks. Yeah.
I'm gonna go. My first one, Tom Brady. He's playing the Cardinals, but Cardinals defense has been trash against like almost any quarterback. They allowing the 8th most points. In fact, quarterbacks have scored at least 18 points, including 5 who have posted 25 plus against that defense. So you have to start Tom Brady. I think you can feel more comfortable here. And he's been inconsistent, but this Cardinals defense has not been great. So I got him, and then my other one's Big Robert Tonyan. I like to play here against the Dolphin. It's been like tight end has been tough all year, and I think right now too, unless you got one of those top guys, top 3 guys, I mean, you're kind of just it's slim pickings. So I like him as a top option against the Dolphins defense. They've been struggling against tight ends, so give me Big Bob.
Yeah, I like both those.
All right, Hank, what's your sits?
My sits this week, I'll go Marquise Brown, Cardinal versus the Buccaneers. Just not buying anything with that passing attack. Obviously, if you have DeAndre Hopkins, you leave him in because he's the number 1 target. But Marquise Brown, sit him. I would be surprised if he had more than 5 fantasy points this week. Then my second guy, sit Brian Robinson against the Niners. Bang, bang. Best rush defense in the game.
Don't even got to explain that one. So I'm going DPJ, Donovan Peoples-Jones. This is not going to be a good week for passing, playing against the Saints. I'm actually looking at it right now. It says that the wind speed for the game is looking at possibly surpassing 25 miles per hour.
Good God.
So, I mean, if it's that bad, the weather, the Saints got a good defense. It's like Watson, Peoples-Jones, and Njoku, it's probably gonna be a bad week for anybody that you gotta have somebody from Cleveland. So I'm just gonna say that right there there's 3 of them. If you got anybody on Cleveland right now playing offense, you're gonna have a rough week. You might want to see what you got. You could flex somebody in.
My sit-em was Deshaun Watson, one of them. So
yeah.
The Saints defense has allowed just 4 quarterbacks to get more than 17 points. So yeah, and Deshaun Watson's been more like a game manager so far this season. So I don't like to play there. People have stashed them. And look, if it's somebody that you have, say if you were riding like a Derek Carr this week and you stashed Watson, that one's a little tough. Yeah, probably if you have something like that, I might go Watson there, but I don't know. It's tough. I had to actually take that back. I'd probably still go Carr based off his weapons, but Watson.
And
I'm
weather.
not play. Yeah, and I'm not liking the play at all with Watson. Like he said, anybody on Cleveland's tough. So
It's a rough week for Cleveland.
Unless Nick Chubb. Start Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb's fine. Yeah.
Just fade the passing attack, though.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
All right. And my other guy was Deontay Foreman against the Lions. Hubbard's actually been the better of the 2 backs lately, so I don't like that play there. If you have to flex him, I guess it is what it is. But the last 4 weeks he's been virtually trash. So be weary of him if you have somebody else. Go with that option. I don't like Foreman at all.
And we were just talking about the Lions Russia defense has been a lot better. So
Lights out the last few weeks.
yeah, so it's just there's too much committee going on right now with Carolina, and that's just not a good matchup.
They've actually allowed the fewest fantasy points to running backs the last 4 weeks.
There
So
you go.
yeah, it's
Enough said.
enough said.
All right.
All right, boys. Well, that's it then. So,
Surprised we didn't have a top 5 this week. You had nothing.
well, I don't know. The type of show we were doing, I was just trying to
Get something out there.
yeah. So I just thought maybe we should just try to cut it. Plus, I figured it can give us more time to talk about football. So I think people would rather have that than us bullshit about our top 5 fucking porn cocks. So
We can
Yeah.
do that all
actually,
day.
no, they would probably actually like that.
That's a good idea. We're gonna have to run with that one next summer.
Top 5 penises of all time.
Number 5, Vern Troyer. All right.
Ron Jeremy can't be on that list though.
Nah, that's cheating.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Is it 70s Ron Jeremy or now Ron Jeremy?
No, it can't be now because of all the shit. Isn't he like locked up or is he
Yeah.
dead? I can't remember.
He's locked up.
Right? Didn't he like rape a bunch of chicks or some shit?
I wouldn't put it past him.
You see that fucking guy?
Oh. Even when he was in his prime, I'm like, good Lord. Fucking Italians.
That right there is it's one of those like situations you're like how is that guy like that? I don't care if he got a big dick or not.
Yeah, you just see, dude, and it's funny too when you be looking at porn like the last 20 years. They're still putting him in it. You see these young ass chicks. He's like 71, and the chick's like 19. You're like, oh, you don't need money that bad, honey. Come on, go do something. I'll go back to school, please.
Start tricking. Fuck.
Yeah, right. Just start selling yourself on the streets. It's better.
Yeah, that's a way better option.
Gross.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's wrap this shit up. So, all right, we're thanks you guys for watching or listening. However, we put this out. Should be both. So it'll be out tomorrow for everybody, Friday, right for the weekend. So yeah, everybody have a good Christmas, and that was fun.
Enjoy your Saturday football.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas.
All right, boys.
Bye.
Later.